Hi guys, this is Jordan. So today I just wanted to, talk about some of my favorite quotes from books, TV series, and movies. Before I start, I'm just going to give a shout out to the amazing Seahawks for making it to the playoffs, or making it through the playoffs and making it to the Super Bowl. Please don't do that with the Super Bowl. That was so stressful, if any of you are watching this. But yeah, so I'm going to start. The first book I have is Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut. This is a very satirical book, and it's hard to find some humor in it for some people because he makes up a religion and kind of makes fun of every other religion. One of my favorite quotes, there's actually two of them from this book, is, "Why should I bother with made-up games when there are so many real ones going on?" And yet, when I showed her a blueprint of the doghouse I proposed to build, she said to me, "I'm sorry, but I never could read one of those things." "Give it to your husband, or your minister, to pass on to God," I said. "And when God finds him in it, I'm sure he'll explain the doghouse of mine in a way that even you can understand." So this is a very satirical book. If you want to read it, I would Google it, because it might not be for you. Please don't look up the ending. The whole point of the ending is to be like, oh wow, that's so stupid. It really is a weird ending, but if you look up the ending, it will ruin the book for you. Don't look up anything. Just look up what it could be about, and that's my advice for this book. So, the next one I have is A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. If you get this one, try to find one that has the awkward Photoshop in it, or one that's the British descent, because the British one includes the 21st chapter, and the English publication does not. So, yeah, it's really weird. But if you do read it, it's kind of hard. I would get a dictionary to look up all these words, because he makes up a language. But I think it should have ended at the 5th chapter, so if you do read it, tell me what you think. But it's a real horror show of a book. My favorite line from this book, I use this language, is, "I see you have books under your arm, brother. It is indeed a rare pleasure these days to come across somebody that still reads, brother." So this is just a great book. It's a really inappropriate book, so be careful. It talks about rape and killing, and it's kind of inappropriate. A lot of my friends in my class could not read it because it was so vulgar. So beware if you do want to read this book. I thought it was good, but I also am the type of person that likes horror movies and watches them so I can get motivation for homework. So, if you read this, just be warned. The next book I have is A Clockwork Angel. So this is from the Infernal Devices. It's book 1. It's the prequel to Mortal Instruments, but I think this is the better version of the series. This one you'll have to read it before you finish the whole series of the Mortal Instruments, but I don't know, this one's just my favorite. So I have 2 quotes from this one. "One must always be careful of books," said Tessa, "and what is inside of them, for words have the power to change us." Yes, books. I love quotes about books. And the next one is, "Not at you," said Will, grinning more because of you. "I've never seen anyone get so excited over books before. You'd think they were diamonds." Yes, books are diamonds. They're more precious. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Next one I have is Anna Karenina. So I haven't read this for a couple days. I'm only on chapter 8. I read the movie. Highly recommend the movie. It has Keira Knightley. She's a goddess. If you want to read this book, it'll help you understand it. Yes, the movie lacks a couple things. I'm sure it does. I'm not that far yet. But it has helped me understand what's going on so far, so I'm not lost in all the dialogue. But here's a quote. It's a rather long quote, because it's Anna Karenina. "It all happened at once. A. But what to do? There was no answer, except the general answer life gives to all the most complex and insoluble questions. The answer is, one must live for the needs of the day. In other words, become oblivious. To become oblivious in dreams was impossible now, at least till night time. It was impossible to return to the music sung by Cara Fullman, and so one had to become oblivious in the dream of life. Beautiful quote. I mean, it is a beautiful quote. Oh, I have one from Allen Ginsberg, because he's like my god with authors. So, he's a poet. He's a pretty famous one. I would recommend him. He's very inappropriate. So, this is one of his quotes. When the muse comes to your bedside, don't tell her you'll fuck her later. So that's for anyone who's an artist or a writer or anything you have inspiration to do. Like, don't do that. So he wrote my favorite poem called Howl. I love Howl. The opening line is probably like, it just kind of draws you in. It says, I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, striving hysterical naked, dragging themselves through the negro streets of dawn, looking at an angry face. Oh, those words, they're so beautiful. It's a very inappropriate poem, so if you read it, I mean, he talks about getting raped by bicycle men and butts. Yeah, but it's a great poem. Otherwise, it's very realistic. Not really. Another quote. So, this is from Mark Twain, The Damn Human Race. I'm a very pessimistic person. I'm so sorry. Man is the religious animal. He is the only religious animal. He is the only animal that has the true religion, several of them. He is the only animal that loves his neighbor as himself and cuts his throat if his theology isn't straight. So, I'm a very pessimistic person. I don't follow religion, so it kind of speaks to me about why I don't. Don't try to convert me or anything, please. I like the quote, and that's who I am. That's what this whole video is about. So, please, just, if you have negative feelings toward me for this, yeah, just please keep them to yourself. Okay, I have some movies and TV shows. So this is Lost, favorite TV show ever. It's best. I highly recommend it. It's bae. So I have a couple quotes. It only ends when anything that happens before that is just progress. So I think I just totally butchered that, but that's okay. It's a great quote. Let's see. So, Wolf of Wall Street, very inappropriate too. But look at that, it's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's gorgeous. He's bae. So his quote is, "Sell me this pen." Just sell me the pen. And it might not make sense if you hadn't seen the movie, but it's great. It makes sense. Like, if you're gonna do anything, just sell me the pen. I can't explain it because it sounds really stupid, but that's okay. That's okay. If any of you guys watch Sherlock, I'm not a psychopath. I am a high-functioning sociopath. Do your research. I love Sherlock. It's on Netflix. Highly recommend it. Best hour and a half per episode. 3 episodes per season. 3 seasons. It's great. It's great. It's great. And my last and final quote is from The Vampire Diaries. I'm referring to the TV series with Ian Somerhalder and Nina Dobrev. I started reading the book. It's nothing like the TV series. Nothing. I'm not sure if this is in the book because I only got through part 1 of the book. This is from Damon Salvatore, who is played by Ian Somerhalder. He says, "Because when people see good, they expect good, and I don't want to have to live up to anyone's expectations." Oh, I love Ian Somerhalder. Oh, okay. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Maybe help spark some interest in some things. If you want me to do anything else like this, just tell me. And yeah, so have a good rest of your week, guys.